Hi again. Let's look at some more jewellery. I am actually cleaning out cupboards and storage boxes, and I've found all sorts of stuff that I haven't seen for a really, really long time. This lot here I've actually I had attached to some material so that I could look at it, but I've taken it off there because it's too hard to unpin it. But yeah, these are beautiful pieces. Now this one is actually marked and it's got France on the back, France, and that little mark there. Now this is actually a Catherine Popesco piece. I have a few of them all in this batch. They're really beautiful. The story goes that when she was in Paris, she discovered a stash, house or a warehouse or something like that, full of these old components. So the actual metal pieces and possibly some of the stones too. And she set about using all these old findings and repurposing them as new jewellery. She's now mainly got stuff coming out of America, and it seems to be all new fittings and fixtures. So I think for the period where she made these in the 80s, possibly into the 90s, it was using the older stampings that she had, but the current jewellery, I believe, is new. So these are, I guess there's a limited number of them. They're not super rare, but they do command a bit of a price. It's similar to the Pierre Beck's pieces in that the stones aren't sitting on top of the fixings. But Catherine Popesco, so the early ones have France and that mark there. This is another one of hers. This is really nice, a nice red one. There's a little bit of raised area with this one. And on the back, same thing, France and that little Catherine Popesco sign, which is nice. And yeah, and this one here is also a Popesco. I think I got these around the same time. This one, a few raised areas, but the stones are underneath the resin or whatever it is that they put over the top. Again, you've got France. Sometimes you've got Popesco. I think some of them have got Catherine Popesco, but certainly France and that little thing there, if they don't have a stamp on them, there were copies. And I've had people tell me that certain things were Catherine Popesco's. I would be very careful about buying anything. Their reasoning that it was a Popesco is because there were little indents in the back and all this sort of stuff. Personally, I think if you're going to spend, $60, $70 on a piece, on a Popesco, make sure it's got the stamp, because to me the stamps stay on really, really well. And I think you'd be risking something to spend that amount of money on something that didn't have her stamp on it. But yeah, definitely something to look out for. Now this one, I like this. Don't know what it is. What is it? It has got a few things on there. It's also got a weird hook. Apex. Yeah, this is the Apex Art Company or something like that. I think they were made by Rod, who was an Australian company. I think. I'll put the exact maker in the comments. Quite nice and quite unusual. And again, if it's an earlier Australian piece, they have a bit of value for them. Australians especially are starting to really try to preserve some of the history and preserve some of the pieces that came from history. This is lovely. I think it's a garnet. I'll need to check that out. Really nice piece. Has a bit of an older clasp to it. I don't quite know how old. and there is something stamped onto the pin. Jewellers, they're sneaky, they love hiding marks. So the pin, it can be things on the clasp, there can be little stamps all around the place. Sometimes they have them on the side of the barrel. This particular one, I'd have a look what's on there, but don't quite know the age to it. It might be a newer piece, like newer as in, 1940s or something like that. Quite nice though. It's got a good feel about it. Now I bought this particular piece. I bought it before I started collecting jewellery, just because I liked it. And it cost a little bit, but it was just a really nice piece that I saw and that I wanted. It turns out that this stone is called Blue John, and Blue John was found in a particular place in the UK, and I believe that the stocks are depleted, so it commands quite a high price. I've never been able to afford anything at today's prices. So if you do come across anything that's Blue John, it looks a bit like fluorite, but it's got that shift between the purple and the clear a bit down the bottom there. Really, really nice. So remember Blue John. It's very, very sought after. Quite hard to get. I can't remember if that's got a mark on it or not. Yeah, but just a nice little piece with a rare stone that I can't afford anymore. This one here, I think was my grandma's. I think. Could be wrong. But, why did that do that? Could be wrong. She had one very like this. I'll have to look back through the photos. Really, really nice. I'm just trying to zoom in on that better. It's trying to hook into the hands rather than the piece. Yeah, really nice. Again, I like these little bar brooches. I don't know why this is not behaving itself. Let me go back to about there. No, there it is. Okay, very strange. I have a new phone. It's brand new and I'm still learning to love it. Yeah, just another nice bar brooch. And this one here, I think this is my grandma's as well. So the other one probably is too. Really, really beautiful. I believe it's either called chrysoprase or chrysoprase or something like that. I'll put the name in the comments. Few little bits of marquisite, great prongs holding the stone in. Really nice profile. Don't know if it's stamped silver, but oh yeah, it is stamped silver down there. So great long pin. Yeah, just beautiful. This sort of green's very desirable. Nice cold stone, lovely. Yeah, so those were all sitting in a in a bit together. Now this, I've only opened one of these and I realise I've put stuff in here for whatever reason and I've forgotten about them. So let's have a look at what's in here. This is what you find in storage units. This is not super old, and by that probably, I don't know, 70s, 60s. My mum used to do enamelling. She used to go to night classes and learn to do enamelling on copper and all that sort of thing. And so it's probably 60s, 70s. But yeah, just a nice little bracelet of its age, not silver or anything like that. But where's it focusing there? Yeah. So that sort of stuff, that's the sort of things that you can pick up anywhere. It'll be worth a little bit of money, but not heaps. But if somebody likes enamelling, they'll buy it. If they want a purple bracelet, they'll also buy it. This one, I have a feeling it came from the UK. Really gorgeous, sparkly. Might have even been US with that little acorn there. Really gorgeous. In fact, maybe it goes that way. Yeah, probably. Beautiful. Really stunning. Very, very sparkly. Yeah, I like that a lot. Good colour. I wouldn't personally polish that any more than it's polished. I would leave that exactly as it is. Let's see what else we've got in here. It's great to hide things. It's not great if you can't find them again. This is a Schreiber-Hiller German brand. I'm going to do a whole video on their pieces because I think there's a really interesting evolution in their jewellery and the colours of the stones they used, etc., etc. So I'll show you that one later on. What else have we got? No rings in there, which is a shame. However, ooh, this one, I think I've been looking for this. Then I've got that one there. Nice. So this one here is German. It's a grosse brooch. Don't quite know how to say it. Chain, sorry. And it's nice. It's very gold, but it's not gold. Some of their pieces were, a very few pieces were. This isn't. I don't believe it's marked, but they certainly had good quality makings of their pieces. GROSSE is the brand name. They made jewellery for Dior. And most of the pieces online say Grosset stroke Christian Dior. It's not Christian Dior jewellery. If it was, it would be marked Christian Dior. So yes, they made jewellery for Dior, but they also made their own pieces. So this is purely a Grosset piece, very well made, as the Christian Dior stuff was. It is not Christian Dior. But all the advertising seems to mention Dior, even though the pieces have nothing to do with them. But quite collectible and very good quality for costume jewellery. And the pieces that they have that are made of gold are really well made. Now, this one here, I've been looking for this. I think it's got a couple of stones on it that I wanted to test with the Presidium. Yeah, that's nice. Look how gold it is. See, personally, I get a bit suspicious when something is overly shiny, as in, was it made yesterday, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, that indicates that it could be quite old, that sort of style with the black and the little bit of turquoise. And I need to test these tiny stones here, need to test if it's gold. It's not particularly heavy, so if it is gold, it's not, super weighty or super thick. But yeah, quite an interesting design, quite a complicated design. So I'll have to have a look and just see where that's made and when that's made. Needs a little bit of research. Beautiful box, beautiful ring box, really gorgeous. Made in England. I think it's fake tortoiseshell. I hope it's fake tortoiseshell. Oh, another box that I can stick a ring in. Very nice, but I can't remember if it came with anything in it, but certainly those boxes are worth a little bit. If you don't mind having proper tortoiseshell, you could buy it because it's proper tortoiseshell. Personally, if I end up with it, fine, but I wouldn't go after it myself. Oh, this is another Schreiber Hiller brooch. I'll save that for another video. This is lovely, possibly Australian, I think, with the leaves and the little bits there. Could be arts and crafts, or it could be more modern. I think because of the pin, it's probably an arts and crafts era brooch. I believe that's amethyst. I'll have to have a look at my notes. But yeah, again, little variation on the bar brooch and just really pretty decorations on there. Now, this is not a Pandora, I'm fairly sure. What is it? Ooh, that's a Schreiber Hiller. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll save that for the other video. Didn't realise I had so much in there. Now, this one. What's in here? Which way up does it go? More to the point. This is so nice. This is stunning. I love it. There's no mark on it, but it could be an Australian Willis & Co brooch. Necklace, sorry, absolutely stunning. I'll put it down there so it focuses. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. And little seed pearls. Now the green stones, like I said, I've got a Presidium gem tester, which doesn't tell me exactly what it is, but it tells me the hardness of the stones and what sort of grouping it could be in, and it tells me that things are better than glass, which is what the main thing I need to know. These could be peridot. Willis & Sons also used demantoid garnets, which most of them came from Russia, and it's documented that Willis & Sons, who worked in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it's documented that they did use demantoid garnets. Now, I took a bit of a gamble on this, and I probably paid more than I normally would for a piece, but the green is beautiful. I believe they've got a higher refractive index than diamonds, which means that they're a bit more sparkly than diamonds even. Really, really nice, great colour. So I probably need to take it to Melbourne or somewhere and get somebody to tell me exactly what it is and see a gemologist, because I don't know. And Mr. Jeweller wasn't positive, and other people I've shown it to also said the same thing. Sometimes you do have to just suck it up and go and see a gemologist to understand exactly what you have, but absolutely beautiful. And even the back is gorgeous. And the reason I believe it could be a Willis & Sons is simply the little indents, some of the styles, some of the way that they have done the setting around the stones, etc. It's very well made, but yeah, just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And I don't know why that was hidden somewhere, but it was. And it'll go back into storage. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece. I believe the chain is probably correct for this piece from that era too. It's got one of these little weird, I don't know whether they're called a barrel clasp. I don't think they are. I think a barrel clasp was the screw-in one. But really, really beautiful, and you just pinch that together and it comes out. So I believe that that's all fairly correct for the age. And that can stay on its own in a box, just doing its thing. But yeah, really beautiful. Again, I really like green. I really like Willis & Sons pieces, the early jewellery, and I just wanted something nice. Now, what's in here? This is odd. This is I had no idea what this was, but It's it was a company, an American company, and this was a WCS club. I can't remember what it stands for. It's got little tiny stones in each of these pieces, and I think it was like a long service sort of a medallion bracelet. Quite hard to actually value, but you can see it's got 22 carat on there. Now I believe it was 22 carat plated, but yes, stuff like that comes up in boxes of jewellery, and you need to do a little bit of research to work out what it is and if it's gold. I mean, if that's gold, that'd be gone in 2 seconds for me because I have no attachment for it. But I need to work out, is it 22 carat plated? Is it actually gold? Now, this is beautiful, and it does look very gold. Which way up does it go? Not sure. And it does have a mark on there, which is helpful. Possibly Australian. I'll have to have a look at the mark and see what it actually says. Nice wide hinge, fairly long pin. It doesn't extend beyond the piece. I have seen a lot of similar ones to this before. Maybe, don't know, maybe it goes that way. Yeah, really nice. It does look gold, but you know, not super heavy or anything like that. So it's not going to be super weighty or super expensive. And then this one here, now this is too bright for my liking. Like I said, I'm somebody who gets a bit nervous when things are too polished and too bright and shiny. And this to me has been polished to within an inch of its life. I do prefer things to show a bit of age, but I know from the design it's an early-ish, I think 30s to 50s, possibly more 50s than 30s. A marquisite brooch showing the birds, and it's made by Leisure, which is Lega, who were a really good marquisite brooch maker. They made, I haven't seen many bracelets, there's a couple, but they made mainly brooches, and I don't know about watches, and they certainly made necklaces too. But yeah, really beautiful. Too polished for my liking, but I don't know the state it started out in. And somewhere on the back there should be a stamp saying Leisure. They did seem to wear off a little bit, but yeah, that design's quite desirable. That was one of their more popular ones. And last one here. Oh, look. Here we go. Found my turquoise stash. So gorgeous brooch. Look at the length of that pin. That tells you some of the age to it. Turquoise stones, I believe when it's green it's fairly old. When it's turquoise colour, not as old, but I think a lot of it depends as to the elements it's been exposed to. Remember that perfume, just the air in general, chemicals, soaps, all that sort of stuff, all affected these type of stones. They're a bit porous, so they do absorb things. And it does have a little maker's mark there. Look at the size of that hinge, the length of the pin. Fantastic. Little old thing there, and it's got a little loop for a safety chain, which is fantastic. And then this one here, now I do believe these are all turquoise, but they haven't got the age of the other one. And it's a nice old pin, fairly long, and it says something on there. I'll read it and put it in the notes. Looks like it's not a gilt one, I don't think. It's got an actual mark on there. Clearly need my eyes tested again. But yeah, beautiful. They're getting harder to get, and these are called turquoise clusters, where you've got, you can get them in rings or pendants, some beautiful necklaces that have got it, but you have to have a bit of money to get them. Gorgeous, really, really nice. People love turquoise, and you can see the difference in the colour with this one. You know, that they may have been replaced, those stones, at some point, because you can see that this one clearly has a bit of age about the stones. You can see that they're not uniform, they're knobbly. Some of them are, you know, slightly greener than others, and that's all perfectly fine with turquoise. You've got one stone missing, which I believe I knew that when I bought it. And yeah, beautiful back. Pin a little bit longer than the piece, but not super long. And it's just got a C clasp where you've got that sort of clasp there rather than a rollover clasp. Pretty sure that'll be silver, but yeah, gorgeous. They're just really hard to, quite popular, quite hard to get. Yeah, that one is just a bit suspicious because all of those stones, there's only a slight variation in colour, although there is a variation in the size of them. Have a look at all of that sort of thing when you're buying. You know, you need to do a little bit of research to see. See, none of those are uniform. They're all cut down different colours, which I don't mind. Great long pin. The back doesn't appear to have been fiddled with at all. So just be aware of all of that when you're buying it. Anyway, thank you for listening to my garbled messages again. It's a long video, this one. Thank you. See ya. Bye.